Hey, good afternoon. Michael Wynn, Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. And today we're going to talk about what is your number one obstacle in reaching new business. Do you need more customers? Do you need a greater reach to bring in those new customers? So how do you do that? Well, it is simple. It's called the internet. But it takes work because you really need to have a mixture of about 10 things, some mixture of 10 things. Those 10 things being Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, your website, a blog, a podcast, and email marketing. Some mixture of all of that is the key. Now, the question is, how do you create meaningful, value-based content for all of those different platforms? Well, we keep going back to this idea and the understanding of who your audience is. And I feel like, when I meet with clients and prospective clients, they say, oh, well, our audience is, male 29 to 42, disposable income of this, they live here, and so they go through all of these things. The problem is that's just the data. The piece that we're missing is really getting inside of and understanding how your audience thinks and feels about your company, your brand, your industry, when it really comes down to, emotions and feelings and their ideas and ideals behind, what your brand and what your business stand for. So, you really have to get inside of your customer's shoes. You have to get inside their socks. You have to be in between their toes. You need to know down to the nitty gritty about how they think and feel about the kind of service or the product that you provide. And though the mixture of those 10 things is what you're going to do. We see it over and over. Brands make the mistake of talking at their audience rather than talking with their audience. And it's a common thing, but we have to go back to, you really have to understand, what do they love? What do they hate? How do they feel about, just everything related to how you deliver your products and services. It's out there, and the problem is that we go on, I hear, people say, well, we tried, Facebook ads and it didn't really work. Well, you did it wrong, because right now we're seeing like 4 cents, 5 cents, 6 cents per engagement. Like, that is so dirt cheap to be able to find out how people think and feel about your brand. So it's not just about putting content out there and asking them to buy and to do the thing. It's about engaging with them in this process, and understanding, who they are, what's important to them, and how your brand and how your products and services can help solve the problems or challenges that they're facing. Today's talk really came from, I got a direct message from a friend of mine after watching one of my videos, and they said, hey, listen, I have another question about something that you had. And so today's video is really coming from that. And I want to really say that if you're watching one of these videos, whether it's on Facebook or whether you're grabbing it on LinkedIn, or whether you're listening to it on a podcast, or if you're checking it out on YouTube, or you see it on our blog site at rboa.com, put a comment in there and tell me what it is that you're struggling with, where you feel like your number one obstacle is. Because here's the thing, I'll make a video about it, you know, and we'll talk about it and we'll share it, because I want this cycle of continual sort of dialogue with you guys about what it is that you're facing, what you're struggling with. So, you know, again, over the last, you know, gosh, 8 weeks, over 5,000 people have watched these videos, and I've had an opportunity to share and inspire folks to do lots of things. So, man, let's keep that mojo going. I love it. So here's the thing, you guys, you got to put in the hard work, right? You got to put in 60 or 80 hours over the next couple of weeks. Go on one of these platforms, you know, put on your customer hat, take off your business owner glasses, and really take a look inside of these platforms and search for your competitors, search for national brands that provide similar services or sell similar products that you do, and try to experience through emotions and sight and all, using your senses as you kind of go through this platform, and evaluate as if you were looking at it as a customer would, not looking at it as a you know, practitioner or industry you know, person in that industry, but really try to put yourself in your customer's shoes. I cannot stress that, how important that is, because that is the missing link. We keep talking at them and not with them. So yeah, so if we can really dive into and spend that kind of time, you don't have to understand the platform. You don't have to understand how it works. What you need to do is be observant to people and what they're liking, what they're favoriting, and what they're sharing. All these platforms have you know, a search bar, so you can put in a search on Facebook, you can put a search on Twitter, you can put a search on Instagram, you can put a search on YouTube and LinkedIn, and in podcasts like Anchor FM. And so, you know, go in there and listen and read and observe what it is that other companies that are similar to yours, and how they are either doing it poorly or how they're doing a great job at it. But if you don't spend the time, then stop complaining that it doesn't work for you, because you haven't taken the time to understand and experience firsthand what it feels like, and what the experience is inside of these social channels. Because guys, we're on our phones all the time. You know, we're sitting there, we might be watching a TV show or a program, and a commercial comes on, and boom, you know, we go right to our phone. You know, so we are easily distracted. And here's the thing, guys, don't ever forget this. It only takes one piece of truly great internet content for you to become a rock star overnight on the internet. Like, I'm serious. Like, there are 11-year-olds selling $1 million worth of stuff on YouTube and Instagram because they get it. They understand it. And, you know, for you to romanticize about, oh, the glory days of putting an ad on TV or running an ad on radio, like, guys, we're not going backwards, okay? We're going to continue to move forward. And this social sharing internet thing is only going to get wider and deeper. So again, if you're watching this video or you're catching this podcast, please leave a message, a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback. What do you struggle with? What's your number one obstacle in reaching new business? Because I want to keep this cycle moving between sharing and ideas and concepts, and what can we do to grow. My name is Michael Wynn, and I am the Chief Digital Officer at Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. Thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow.